You're the first ride I'm giving today, so let me know if it's hot or cold.
Oh,
Trying to figure out the temperature
oh, you're
situation.
totally fine.
Yeah, just feel free to speak up if it's changes.
How long have you been like Ubering overall?
Oh, a long time.
Long
Well,
time?
yeah, 7 years or something.
7 years, that is a long time. What have you like learned about people while driving? They taught you anything or opened your
Oh yeah,
eyes?
I mean I learn all kinds of stuff every day actually.
Like what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I don't, just all kinds of stuff, like stuff that I would never have heard if I wasn't doing this, like about people's jobs that are like really weird, stuff I didn't know
Mm.
existed, or like I drove a guy once who was a, a particle physicist in
Oh,
Switzerland who helped discover the Higgs boson particle, which is like a big deal in physics. Like I only knew very like just something that I saw in passing about it,
yeah.
but like this Scottish dude who was kind of drunk, so it was funny. He was in a slightly drunk Scottish accent explaining all this stuff to me, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Do you ever think people are lying just to give you a good story?
Yeah, sometimes, but he was not. Everything he said checked out. Like I was taking him to St. Charles, and he said he worked at the Fermi lab out there, which is like there's a big particle collider out there.
Yeah.
I think it's just like it's out of operation. But,
Yeah.
like I saw it on Google Maps. There's a big circle in the ground when you look at the satellite view, and everything he was saying. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he would have said that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would have explained things that way if he didn't know what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a whole analogy about a pool table and firing the cue ball is like
Yeah.
firing a particle, and when you see it bounce back and there's nothing there, you can tell the location of the invisible particle by where the cue ball started bouncing back and how far back it went, because they know the mass of it and all this stuff. And yeah, but
That sounds way over my head.
I mean, and like that's just one example of like a weird thing that I would never thought of or heard about if I wasn't
Yes.
doing this.
I had an Uber driver said he drove like a OnlyFans girl, and that was a great conversation for her, and just like I guess like two women talking about I guess the porn industry and like female empowerment. I was like, oh, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hear stuff like that all the time. I've heard girls say some really nasty shit too. Like, in fact, a month ago, I had 4 girls in the car who, the majority of a half an hour drive, they were talking about their friend's boyfriend, or now husband, I believe. Yeah, now husband, who, like, regularly shits his pants.
Oh
Like, and
Jesus.
just is fine with that and will leave the shitty underwear in the bathroom
Oh
and stuff, and
wow.
expects the now wife to clean it up for him because his mom always did that.
That's
And they were
wild.
going into a lot of detail about it that I will not trouble you with because nobody needs to hear that shit.
How did you sit in a car for that long just listening to him talk about some guy who shit his
I
pants?
mean, it was funny to me because I was like, wow, man, anything I thought that I was doing wrong,
Yes.
I'm feeling a lot better about that now.
You see all these like conversations online, like women are like, we're standing up for ourselves. We're not taking this crap for men, and then this lady's literally taking crap for men
She
and like
is.
married him.
And well, it's wild because one of the things they said was that she called up, no, called the one called, sorry, the friend called the one girl who was in this car at one point during their relationship when they were planning the wedding and said, I just feel so terrible spending all this money on this because I know we're going to get divorced.
Oh
And I
wow.
was just sitting there like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, then don't do it.
You know, I, yeah, that just like makes me want to ask, like, what is the whole point of marriage then? Why are you marrying this man? You have to clean the poop off of his underwear, and you don't even want to marry him. Like,
Well,
then what's the whole point of going into like $50,000 in debt?
yeah, and they even said like that that's on her and that she's got some issues that she needs to figure out.
Absolutely,
Like, because that's at some point it's no longer that guy's fault. Like,
exactly.
what were you doing with him in the first place after you figured out that he does do this regularly, shits his pants and then leaves it around and all that stuff? Like, that's when I would have been like out of there. Like, there'd be no
Absolutely.
consideration of marriage. There'd be no like. And he's like really unashamed about it. Apparently. Anyway, that's
And
yet
this just
another.
makes me feel like she like I don't want to say she. I mean, I don't even know who this lady is, but like, do you
Oh, I don't
value
either.
yourself? Like, how do you pick up a grown man's? And to me, it just makes me feel like if I had a boyfriend like that, I will mentally think you're doing this on purpose. Like you are purposely
Well,
pooping because you know I'm going to clean it up, and you're not going to be a grown man and fix it because you know I'm just going to be around there just cleaning it up.
yeah, and she said that he like was real, kind of like clueless about everything about his identity, almost like where he was saying he's an alpha male. And like,
Oh
I
gosh.
think I saw a picture of him. Oh, I know I saw a picture of him, but I think they said he was only like 5'9" or something. He wasn't some big
Yeah.
hulking dude. So I'm not sure what definition of alpha male. Like I don't remember them saying he made a ton of money or anything like that. But I mean, oh no, they said he was a teacher, right? So he's not
Okay.
making a ton of money. So what's his definition of like alpha male, which is bullshit to begin with.
Exactly.
But you know,
I also need to know what grade he teaches for him to like. Are you teaching kindergarten and you just poop your pants and you just keep your
yeah,
pants
like
while
they don't
around
notice
kids?
because they've pooped their pants also.
Yes, or if you're
This is
teaching
just
like high
always a
school,
generally
how do
poopy
you?
smell.
Also, there's so like, do you not wipe after? Do you just walk around with a dirty butt all day long? That's just crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And they said he kind of does it on purpose, like, which is, I don't know.
I don't know either, because now one is like full logs or just little pebbles. Like, do you start in the underwear and finish somewhere else?
I didn't think about it that much. I pictured it being kind of a more sloppy affair than that, and I kind of tuck that away somewhere where
That is
I
crazy.
didn't want to think about it anymore.
Has there ever been a conversation like people were having that you like didn't agree with, but you just had to like keep your mouth shut?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of left-leaning politically,
Yes.
and it's in Chicago. You don't get many Trumpster types, you know, but every now and
Really?
then, like a guy came in from Seattle once, which is
Mm-hmm.
also a pretty liberal city, so I was
Mm-hmm.
surprised, but he was a Trumper and a Trump. I like to say Trumpster because it rhymes with dumpster, but
Yes.
yeah, he was saying some shit, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut
Yeah.
because I know he can give me a bad rating, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, things have gotten crazy lately,
Yes.
the world's a crazy place, you know, that kind of thing, but.
Yeah, I would have asked him like how he thinks things are going. You know, can you still afford eggs? You know.
And this was kind of before it might have been right when Trump got reelected. I don't
Yeah.
remember, so I couldn't have really said that. But it's not even, you know, if you've ever tried to do that kind of shit in a comment section
Mm-hmm.
online, you don't
Mm-hmm.
get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're laser focused. There's only
Yes.
one thing, and that is the orange messiah is
Yes.
always right. And he's never lying. The rest of the world lies in unison about him.
Yes. Agree.
Like, in unison, everybody else in the entire world is lying about him, but he's the
Agree.
only one telling the truth. See, you know, when you're dealing with that, it's tough to. I don't get it at all.
I mean, I
You know?
had friends that were conservative, and I don't know. This was like or not early 2000, like 2020. So things were like, I don't know. I kind of felt like I can still not be their friends, but just like see eye to eye. But as he got reelected, and then they were like, "This is going to be the greatest economy comeback in history. Watch." And then now it's just like they're dead silent, and
Yeah,
they
things
don't.
have gotten more
Things
expensive
gotten
since.
yeah.
Like, gas prices have gone up in its fall, and gas prices usually drop in the fall, so.
Yes. I don't know if they see it or they don't care or are they distracted with like the Charlie Kirk stuff, or I just don't know where their mind goes
It's-
or how wow, I
There's
just don't
never
know.
any given thing. It's always whatever excuse is available at
Yeah.
the time. So Charlie Kirk's the flavor of the month now, and it'll be something else later. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I just read that Trump's sending, I think, the military to
Mm-hmm.
Portland.
I saw that
Get
too.
the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. He wanted to go to Chicago.
Yeah, that was gonna be the National Guard. I don't,
Yeah.
and I see these things in passing, so I don't know if it was literally the military or. It's hard to even. The left is definitely more factual and
Yes.
honest online than the right is, but it's also like. But it's also like I've seen some stuff from the left that I know is also not true. It's
Yeah.
like, hey guys, let's not start doing that shit.
Right.
We're supposed to be the ones that are like on the right page here.
Yeah. I mean, I look at both sides of the fence that need to be torn down, but I always think that the red team is just a lot worse. You know what I mean? And like to me, it's just we have bigger fish to fry, and I feel like the red team is the bigger the fish of like the two. But they're both like not good. But
Yeah, I agree. The left is not perfect at all,
Yes.
and even the word team bothers me because
yes, agree.
I feel that sports culture has permeated
Agree.
political stuff, and then now it's just like shit talking and like, oh, you suck, no, you suck, and like, go team, and it's like. yeah, it's not helping anything, and it's dividing the country. Because there are people on the right who have valid concerns, and the left will not give them an inch on some of those
Yes.
concerns. And for sure, it's that way with the other way around.
Right. So what in your opinion, like what do you think, what would it take for us to get rid of the teams and see eye to eye?
That it's starting to like everybody give a little bit, but then also I don't know. There's this big reality problem I think with a lot of the right where it's like what you know they're saying stuff like the liberal elites, like the rich, control stuff, and it's like, okay, but we're saying let's tax the rich, and like
Very
let's
true.
make them not as rich. Like, why do you have a problem with that?
Very
Oh,
true.
because that's not American or something. But then
Yeah.
they also elect someone who tried to overthrow an election,
Yes.
which is the essence of American, like, is free elections. And someone who didn't get his way tried to overthrow one, and then they voted for him.
Yeah.
So there's a very large disconnect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the hypocrisy is on both sides of the fence. But like, even with like the Charlie Kirk thing, the right is always like, well, I don't even know if they asked the question like, what are we going to do with gun violence? I think they just kind of like talk about it. But it's just like, then they also vote for big businesses that back guns and stuff like that. So it's just like, are you like? I know you guys are for guns, but are you for just crazy killings? Or I don't know if you saw that one video of some guy was on. I don't know if it was Fox News, but he was talking about the homeless people. He's like, maybe we should just like kill them. And I'm like,
Right. The
I thought you
Christian
guys were
Party.
exactly. I was like, I thought you guys were like for life and for American
That's-
life, but
Yeah, it's very buffet Christianity, as they say. And there's a lot of stuff like that. And the left has some too, but it's not as bad. And the left has more stated goals.
Yeah.
Like more like when you say stuff about inclusion and like just wanting things to be better for people in general, that's sort of more where the left is.
yeah,
And but the left will push it so hard sometimes that it becomes like basically
too much.
it's low key violence when you start pushing it so hard and like accusing people of stuff whether you know anything about them or not, and that's one of the faults the left has.
Yes.
But the right is like, well, the violent left all of a sudden.
Yes.
Now it's the violent left is like the narrative, and it's like hate groups have much longer been associated with the right, and
Right.
it's all of a sudden like the hateful left. It's like get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. And I grew up in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I know what is out there. Like, and the further you go out into Pennsylvania, like the worse it gets, pretty much. It's a lot of people. They're not actually interested in anything. They just want to like reinforce what they don't like. Like being Christian and hating gay people is like a
Yes.
fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
Or black people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about either of these things, but it's
I may
just,
know something.
it's just like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
It's like God made everyone, okay,
Yes.
but these people are bad that God made. These
Yes.
people are bad that God made. Like it's all very. Oh, and something I heard that when you were talking about the gun stuff that I really liked a lot was, you hear the thing, well, guns aren't the problem, like people are the problem, and like mental health is the problem. It's like, well, then why do you want mentally ill people to have guns? Like,
Or why don't you do something for the mental? Like, why don't you
Right.
promote, like, I don't give free health care, or like, I don't know, therapy,
and that's a
or
much
something.
bigger problem to
Yes.
tackle, of course. But like the idea of like, well, guns aren't the problem, like
Yes.
mental health is. Well, then why
Right.
do you want crazy people to have guns? Like, why can't we agree that?
And free healthcare is a big, like, more bigger issue to tackle. But you could do other small things, like, I don't know, promote more mental health shows and movies, and just put it out there in the world, and like have
Yeah.
like facilities that people can go to, like, a
Well,
CVS, like go to CVS to like learn about how you can get like free healthcare or something. I don't know. But,
And one of my more far left things is, and it's actually not far left because all of Europe does it, but it really wouldn't be that difficult to do universal health care, and everyone would save money
Right.
because you're not paying to see 20 fucking ads every hour for prescriptions
Yes.
on any show that you watch, and you're not paying for CEO bonuses.
Yeah.
You're not paying for like all the marketing and like healthcare system commercials also every 10 seconds. Like it's just They never want to talk about that stuff. So you got the old man yelling at the cloud.
Yeah.
That seems like you mostly agree with it.
Well, thanks. I enjoyed this little combo.
Yeah,